on by, bring a rack. New grill and a bunch of snacks. And where we going, you don't need a map, you don't need a nap, you don't need jack. Except lots of people, some very loud speakers, cold drinks and good. Join me, one thing, good vibes only. I just tapped, I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks, let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid, doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common, we just wanna have fun. Hey, what you wanna do? Think about to do it. Think about to do it. Do something crazy.
Down. Do something crazy. Do something crazy. I just tapped. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid. Doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common. We just wanna have fun. Hey, what you wanna do? Think about to do it. Think about to do it. Do something crazy.
I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Broncos going up against the Dolphins. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Okay, Larry, Charles and I, we have brought our talents to South Beach, or at least in the neighborhood of South Beach, as we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Green, the tight end, in motion. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Going to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A couple of Broncos there in on the tackle. They'll set up to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he lost the football. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. Third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on now is the Miami punter, Matt Darr, to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds. And they'll spot it right at the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great...
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender is bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
He's going to air one out. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And his throw here is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So ways to go here on 3rd and 10. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They come out here in the eye. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And he'll give it here to his running back. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Franks' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of of bounds just shy of the 40. The 13 yards that time of the first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Back to throw again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some space here. A big play that time for the Dolphins. 42 yards on the ground. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's trying to get into the top 5.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And you would have to think an obvious passing situation here on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Another pistol look here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves them a few inches short here on 4th down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fight?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll drop the throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
All right, now look at 56. All right, here we go. 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Green 39. Green.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Check. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. He's checking Craig.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. And now here's a carry heading left. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. So some disappointment there as the field goal falls short, and we have reached the intermission. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Wide open receiver complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll come out in the pistol. Going to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And it's up and good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4th. So now Dolphins. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And look out. I think he's going to go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll set up to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
So the D-line's going to spread out. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Fielded just inside the 20. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive, but they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And the grab by Croft. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
10 yards still left on second down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Green, the tight end, in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
Here we go now.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route. He tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
No.
Out of the gun now on third down. Looking deep downfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch it now, buddy. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Now let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Backing up. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And now they're in the hurry up. They'll look to throw here. This will be caught inside the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has...
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A big play there. Managing to stay in bounds. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Mike Daniels in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And on the ground they go with a running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taking it about the 36. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Broncos add on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And they'll run it here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Second down, 9 yards to go.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Try to lay one up deep. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins' offense now working their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll look to throw. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, don't forget today. Don't forget.
It's in my bones, it's in my soul. You're never gonna break